Was this the last one or the second to last one? 'Cause we're gonna have a
Welcome back to In the Nest. I'm Bo.
Okay, I'm Charlie,
I'm Josh.
and this is pretty much the last one. But yeah, we have a special guest today. This is gonna be a big one. We got the Mole Dog himself, Mr. Mullen.
Ready to rock. Number one fan. Ready to
Oh
do
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
So
Yeah. So we got a brand new segment just to kind of round out the round out the year. You know, tell everybody who's been kind of the best for each team. So yeah, the MVPs of the year. Let's start off, I guess, from the top with varsity baseball. We chose Mike Wheelock.
he does a lot of home runs. He hit.
Yeah,
quite a few.
He was one of two people. He was one of three
Straight
people
dog.
to be a two-time Dog of the Week, along with Cal Anthony and Jordan Aguema. So
All right, that pretty much does it. Like if you're a multi Dog of the Week,
yeah,
you've locked it up.
Yeah.
You have it locked. It's just like that.
yeah.
And then the second one's going to be Jordan Aguema. He scored the second most goals with 12, and he's only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of improving to do still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were at the you weren't at the state
I was
soccer
at the
game.
soccer
You were at the
game,
soccer game. He was every single time he got the ball, he was
Yeah, it's-
just kind of like electric, and he was really lit up the field with just his aura, if you will.
His
Yeah.
aura.
And then for golf, Connor Steichen. I don't know if we can find golf stats anywhere, but my dad says he's been doing pretty good. So
Heard he was the best on the team.
that's
Very
about
good.
it.
He's consistent.
Yeah, that's about all we have for Connor. Sorry, Connor.
Mr. Mullen, you want to take track?
Yeah, so we labeled a lot of possible options here, but Denny Chapman has to be at the top. Any other year, he'd probably be in the lead for state in the mile. He's probably the third best guy, right? We've got state coming up tomorrow and Thursday. We'll see how he fares. But he's medaled consistently at every meet. He's done some wild events. We threw him in a 400 earlier this year to get a time. He bested Charlie's time by quite a few seconds. So, you know, clearly a well-rounded athlete who puts the JV runners in their place.
And now for JV track, I'm gonna be honest. I just didn't really know like who to put. I just put a random name. So if you have any, who do you think the MVP for JV was? I put Drew Bayless.
Okay.
I think Paul Hansen's also another guy you could have put up there.
Absolutely. I think any of our guys who jump, I think you can make the argument for Drew because he's gotten us points in more events than probably most guys. And so I think that's valid.
And I mean, technically, you could put like Vinny Saul, but like, is he really on?
No, because
He
he
was for, like-
running varsity. about
He was
half
on
of the
JV
season.
for a little bit though, but
Shout out to Drew here.
Yeah.
Yet another sophomore home run, your guys' picks.
Oh, yeah.
That is one
just
qualm
kinda-
of the pod.
That's kind of our thing, you know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
lean towards the sophomores.
Yep.
They're also the best, though, so it's fine.
and then JV soccer, Caleb Pick, he's a dog on defense. What more do you need to say?
As we've said about 30 times,
Yeah.
dog on defense.
Dog on defense.
He held down the
A
kind
la-
of poor
a
JV
lacking
defense.
JV defense. Apparently.
I mean-
seems a little rude. Was it really like not good? I don't know. I
It was
never
him,
watched, I don't watch a single game.
Jacob
Helton
Helton got juked.
Well, Jacob Helton
got
slipped and
folded
fell,
in half
so I don't
by
think
Markov.
He was really that good on defense. Respectfully.
I don't even. They ran a 3-back, so it was Caleb Pick, Antonio Vargas, and
Why'd you look at me like that?
because he's slow, but he's a great defender. Caleb Pick's just the best.
Good for Caleb. He's in my English class, and he's quite the humble player.
He's also in my English class because we're in the same English class.
Yeah. Okay. And then reserve soccer. Word on the street is that Jesus Tapia did pretty good.
It's true.
I mean, his
yeah,
freshman
you
year,
know,
he did pretty good.
he had 10 goals on only 28 shots, which is which is surprisingly the best shooting percentage by
so
far.
for every 2-point shots, he's scoring.
Not quite every 2 shots, but
I said 2.8 shots.
oh,
You said 2.5.
maybe I don't know. And he also had 5 assists. We were gonna pick Finn Sully, but he had
No, I was gonna put Finn Soley, and you said, and I quote, "Who wants it to be Finn Soley?"
he had less. No, he had like 7 goals on like 45 shots, but he had like 8 assists. But it's not as exciting. And then can I shout out Joe Deaver? 1 goal on 49
What about Finn
shots.
Soley? We've snubbed this kid twice
You
already.
literally just shouted out Finn Soley.
Okay, we
Yeah.
snubbed him
Yeah,
twice though.
no, but
'Cause there
Joe
was one
Deaver,
time-
Joe Deaver's like shot percentage. I think it was
It's pretty bad.
like 1 point something. It was like 2%.
Good.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Is that good?
Why are we
that good?
Why are we
His
shouting him out
conversion rate is
then?
like-
What's the point of
Because
shouting
it's
him out?
that bad. He
Are
had
you
one.
serious?
He
We're
had
shouting
one.
a kid out for
Yeah.
doing-
He had one
Yes,
goal on.
we
He's
are.
in the dog house. Like,
had
you
a-
need like
yeah.
guys who are like,
Yeah.
He had one
the
goal
dog
on
sitter.
49 shots.
He's the dog sitter.
Joe Deaver. What-
Good golly.
All right. Well, those are our MVPs for the year. Moving on to
Dog
everybody's favorite segment,
And now, obviously, we're gonna go 4-1. But I
The
think
dog
this number,
check segment
I think this number one could be the biggest dog
ever.
of the podcast.
You'll see some familiar faces. Oh, we're actually gonna have 2 3-time dogs after
Yep.
this.
We're gonna have
segment.
some, and there's only 2 sports because it's just varsity. It's just baseball and soccer right now. So,
Yeah.
and I don't think track has had a meet since last week. Right?
Since districts last week.
Well, yeah, but we already went over that. So I think we're just kind of waiting for state, which we'll get into that.
All right.
So number 4, Michael Saw. He threw an absolute gem to get prep past Bell West.
He did.
Did.
Great on Michael Saul.
Yeah,
And that whole
I mean,
family. I mean, what a bunch of
Saul
What a
family,
bunch of
yeah.
athletes.
You could say.
What are they feeding those kids at the Saul house?
Saul.
Good question.
Meatloaf.
All right. Number 3, we have Jordan Aguema. I mean, he hit the game winner to send prep to the championship. Normally, we don't double up on sports, but that's a
We have
pretty
to.
important
We have
thing.
to.
I mean,
And Connor, that was a great pass, Connor. You
Oh, yeah.
obviously you weren't there, but Connor, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna. Oh, that's a spoiler right there. I'm not gonna tell him this, but Connor was kind of having a rough game up
yes.
until that assist. A lot of missed shots on
There were
goal.
probably 5 goals he could have had.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, it
Oh,
would
no.
We could have. It could have been a blowout, but it was just a lot of. To be fair, some of them were unlucky. Like he hit the crossbar on one of them.
True.
But
I
some
mean,
of
all
them,
you
But
gotta do
5
is just,
times, it
some of them
stops
were-
being unlucky and
some
starts
of
being
them were
bad.
just him.
Yeah.
and then for number 2, I mean, Mike Wheelock.
Mike Wheelock, straight dog on baseball. We got 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 DB, 1 TRP.
Double.
What's a DB?
D-
Why did you
double-
put
Yeah,
double?
just say DB.
Dude,
No
I
one
was.
says- A DB's a
It's like
football.
I
player.
know, but it's easier to say.
I'm assuming that
All right,
TRP
all
is
right.
a triple.
Yeah,
one
it's a
double,
triple.
1 triple to lead
that was
prep
one game?
over Bell
Yeah,
West.
that was one game.
Straight dog.
Holy cow.
Straight
Man,
dog.
This is. I think he's interchangeable with number 1.
I
Number
could
1 was
be.
insane.
Yeah.
Could be, but I will say Wheelock didn't have his best performance last night as the star
Yeah,
show
no,
rider. And you're emphasizing those guys who showed up in
Yeah.
the semifinals of state versus a first round at state.
We
It's a big difference.
we didn't want to talk about Mike Wheelock last night, who gave he gave us a big old nothing, 4 at bats,
Oh,
no
wow.
hits. But hey,
Wow.
He always looks tough doing it.
yeah,
I'll give him props.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and he did a great job commentating for the Soccer High video.
Yeah.
So good
really
on him.
lowered his voice and went in there.
But then number 1, Gabe Vaughn came out
Who
of
saw that
nowhere
coming?
to get the most clutch soccer
You want
save.
to explain it?
All right. So here's what's happening. So I don't know
You
who.
don't have to draw it out again.
Yeah, well, I can't draw it out in like 20 minutes. Okay, so here's what's happening. So I don't know who the varsity goalie is. I don't know what his name is. Do you know what his name is?
The varsity Alex Siberson.
Siberson. Here's what's going on. So Siberson, someone shoots at Siberson. He's across the goal. He gets the block. Then someone else from who do we play? Papio South.
Papio South,
Yeah.
Papio South. Someone else from Papio South. They kick it to the other side that he's on. So there's no way that kid's saving it.
So,
then-
Alex not getting there is what you're
So then
saying.
Gabe Vaughn. yeah,
Alex got pulled out of the goal.
Alex is not getting there.
Okay.
So then Gabe Vaughn, he hauls his butt over there, going like Mach 20. He gets the crazy save of my life, the craziest save I have ever witnessed in my life.
Was he sliding?
Probably in my head right now, he was sliding.
He was moving. I wouldn't say he was sliding, but he was
was just-
moving.
it was that
at the
aggressive.
goal line. He was at the goal line.
Would have been the go ahead for Papio? Would that have been?
I think
takeaway?
I think it was taking a lot of.
I'm pretty sure
confidence
at that time, I think it was the tying goal because I think this is
Okay.
before they scored the
was-
goal to
Oh.
action.
Shoot, at that
Oh,
point.
okay. So that they could have won the game there.
Yeah.
And
so-
he played a key role in that final goal.
No,
that
he
you
did
alluded
great
to
that
with-
whole
with
game.
Jordan, he came in on the side and helped get that ball into the center,
Oh, see, I didn't even know
setting
that.
up
So,
Connor ahead of
so Gabe,
Jordan's goal.
so Gabe completely deserves the number 1
Yeah,
dog
we
of
should
the
probably
week.
start showing up to the game so we can know.
We'll
be there
we'll be there tonight.
I'll be there
Will you
tonight.
be there tonight?
Maybe.
So great. I was thinking, like, could you imagine if this was live from Morrison Stadium? Like,
I
if your
agree.
pod, like, was
yeah.
on
They should
site.
get us. If
I mean, could
Mr.
we-
Rask can pull some strings, we'd love to
I
be
don't
up there to
think so. I don't
I don't
commentate.
think you can pull that much strings.
I don't either. But that'd be cool. So moving on to baseball, what a run they've had. I mean, they won like 4 games in a row just to squeak into state,
I know.
which is pretty cool. But then they upset number 3 Bell West 8-4 to move on to the next round. I don't know who saw that coming.
I
but,
feel like we have a pretty good chance because number 1 got upset.
number 1 also got upset. I
Got
think
upset.
But then we did kind of get humbled
we
last night.
yeah.
By who?
Millard West
West.
lost 8-2, and we're in the losers bracket now.
But now we play Elkhorn South, and if we win, we play in the semifinals against Millard West again. So hopefully they don't win 8-2 again.
A little rematch right there.
Yeah.
Gonna have to clean up the defense. I was there for the first 5 innings last night. Lot of issues. A lot of defensive miscues.
First 5.
Caniglio error, an error in right field. Chase behind the dish couldn't catch the ball, which is kind of the whole point of the position. So gotta clean those up if you're gonna be a state tournament competitor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you think we could beat Papio South? I don't.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's
Elkhorn
Elkhorn South.
Elk South.
Yeah,
I
they're.
don't know anything about a
I
baseball
think
team.
they're.
Pretty good.
I think they were the 4 seed. I don't remember what it said,
Okay, so
but I think we could. I mean, we beat the 3 seed, so
that's true.
I mean,
Maybe we should
come
get
on.
Salt on
And,
there.
you know,
again.
we talk about soccer a lot,
Yeah,
so
get
this is gonna be
Salt
kind of
on the
quick. We beat Papio South 3-2 in overtime for the 3rd time this season.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
Papio South
Our
could
Papio
not.
South, I'd be pretty mad.
I mean, I
especially
think.
that one kid. No, that one kid. You weren't there. He runs. So he
Is
scores.
it number 10? Is it the guy with the
think so.
headband?
I'm pretty sure.
That guy's so silly. You know what he'll do? He'll like get a ball and he'll lose it and he'll just go, "Oh my gosh!" and just yell at the ref. It's the
So
funniest
he,
thing.
he scores to tie the game. He didn't even give them the lead.
Yeah.
He scored to tie the game, and then he runs right up to the bird cage and just hits us up with that.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
that
and
did
then
not
they
end well
lost.
for him. So he lost. And apparently he like deleted like every single Instagram post and like pretty much all of his social media. So
I mean, that's what you. That's actually a little funny.
That's a little over the
Yeah,
top.
but I mean, Papio South. I don't. They did not have many losses on the season. I think they had like 5.
no, they gave us a big jump.
And
season.
the only reason they weren't like a top 4 like ranked team all season was because they kept playing prep
yes.
and losing to prep twice. And
Yeah.
I mean, they were both close games too. They just couldn't catch a break.
And then tonight we play Lincoln Southwest.
Who are undefeated and who are the only team to beat us.
And we have, we lost them, but I think I heard that Jordan got a red card that game.
He did.
So
yes,
they
he did.
lost.
It wasn't the snow in February.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Different game.
Weather was a factor.
Jordan got a red,
Yeah, so.
but it was 3-0.
But Jordan wasn't there. And it was snowing.
And Southwest is going for they won girls state last night, and so they're looking to go boys and girls Class A.
Oh, we got to end it for him, huh?
That
But
would not be
as
good.
Alex
That'd be
Eaton says, we're simply looking to run it back.
oh,
So.
well, that's great. I'm sure. Wait, well, they're not gonna run. We're gonna run it back. They're not
That's what
gonna.
I just said. Okay, going to track.
All right.
Not much has happened. I'm just gonna name off people who qualified.
Just rip them off here.
Miles Jackson, Eli Jones, Patty Keenan, Ethan Locks, Aiden McGarry, Vincent Saul, Carson Rizzle, Jackson Mergler, Europa Cole, Ian Aslan, Chris Baker, Noah Bang, Silas Blitz, Jenny Chapman, Jacob Finney, and Jack Godel have all qualified for state, which is
Wow.
tomorrow and Thursday.
Good for them.
Keep an eye out for the 4x1 team. They upset Westside in districts.
Really?
Oh.
Big, great look. But now they've got Omaha North, Westside, and a few others.
Okay, well, track looking to go back to back here. I think, or is
Yep,
it
we
a
won last
three-peat?
year. But last year was also kind
It would
of.
just be back to back.
It would be back to back.
Last year we were just amazing.
Oh,
What are you doing, Brennan? Oh, we got our
Oh,
guys in.
we got our-
guys in. All
Come on
right.
in.
So we're gonna be.
You could roll through my time. I've got to
got-
get back to class. And
All
I know,
right,
I
I
know you
think-
want to hear from these gentlemen.
This is the biggest question. What
There's your mic.
would you like, In the Nest more or Uncaging the Bird? Your prep sports podcast.
oh,
So Uncaging the Bird was a little bit rough. You guys give a little more commentary. Uncaging the Bird was just around one singular mic in the now College Comp Lab back in 2015, 2016. You can check it out on SoundCloud. I was listening to it last night to get back in the mindset and be like, how bad was this? In the Nest is a much more well-oiled machine.
oh yeah.
But we were before school, so we could get athletes
wow.
in there for the whole time.
Oh.
Did some games, some activities with the athletes, some things you might consider in the future.
All right. Well, Sally, that's gonna cut.
Yeah, but before I leave though, okay, I
okay.
do have to. So I think we spent a lot of time with all of you. So I got donuts.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
But the type of donut applies to kind of your role in the podcast.
Oh,
Okay,
donut.
so I
okay.
got a donut that I think fits kind of the energy you brought to this podcast. Okay,
right.
I forgot
Okay.
napkins, so I'll just leave
yeah,
it.
all
he'll,
good.
No, he'll take care of it.
Okay, so
It's fine.
I'm gonna start with Josh down here, right?
All right.
Josh has to be the plain, unfrosted donut, right? Sometimes you kind of forget it's there. You're like, is somebody gonna take this? Does somebody want it? And then you're like, some people like it, but it's mostly not for everybody. It's really nobody's favorite. But Josh,
That is
you need
sad.
it in the 12. You gotta have it, right?
Yeah.
It makes it what it is. So I appreciate it. Charlie's here is gonna be a good buttermilk old-fashioned donut. Okay. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of hot takes. People who think it's their favorite, they're like, Yeah, could be better. I would never do it. It's got a trough in it for the glazing to sit because Charlie's glazing goes a little bit crazy sometimes with some of the athletes. So definitely Charlie's donut. And then definitely Bo in the middle as kind of the facilitator. His is definitely a classic chocolate, a little bit of frosting, holds the thing together. It's the one people are going to go for probably most often because everything in the podcast flows through Bo. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate having me on.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your donuts.
Thank
It
you.
was fun
Thank
having
you.
you. It was a pleasure.
for
It was a
coming.
pleasure. Have fun with your athletes.
Yep.
Will do.
All right. So like, I mentioned one thing.
Wonderful.
I would never ever get like disrespected like that. He said you're glazing.
Yeah, no, he said, not many people like
Yeah, we're
it,
still alive.
but some do. All right.
I got called plain.
Anyway, now we have Connor Lowe's and Jordan Nguema. I think are these our first varsity athletes that we're interviewing?
Yeah.
Thomas Walsh.
Thomas Walsh.
He's, that's a club. That doesn't
And
really
Kellen
count.
Mann.
What does he do?
We interviewed
Man,
Kellen
don't
Mann.
count.
Take that off.
Yeah. So obviously, you guys had the game winner. This was a real game winner, not like a weird Kellen Mann game winner.
Yeah.
You guys had
tried
the
to
game
make
winner.
yourself look
What was
good.
kind of going through your head when that shot happened?
Excitement, we won the game, so we had to go celebrate with the student section. Jordan ran over the ball boy, which I told him to help up afterwards. I was like, you gotta get him,
I saw that picture.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We were working on that for a while now, like crossing the cross finish. So it felt pretty good to go over and celebrate and get the win overtime.
And I've heard Mr. Hoover isn't a big fan of celebrations. So is there anything that you like to
Did you
do?
get-
or
did you get yelled at after that?
or?
No,
Nah, he didn't say much about it. He just doesn't like when we celebrate, but
at the
still
beginning
gotta
of
do
the
it.
season, he told us not to, but our other coach Ed is who's
Ed.
basically
Yeah,
Ed.
Ed
he's
likes
basically
it.
just like
Ed.
just celebrate the goal.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. So.
That's
All right.
fun.
And is there you think there's a player that could kind of like shine tonight and kind of break out? Have a
Probably them.
Right here.
probably those two. Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe Luis Tokporo.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't he injured last game? Didn't he get injured early on?
I think
He's
cramped
good now,
in
I
the
think.
end. I think
I've
he'll
been
be
talking to
fine.
him lately. I told him every time I see him, I could beat him in a 1v1.
No, you
Winning
can't.
ways.
Probably not.
No, you can't.
And then, most important question, I think, the ideal meal before the game for both of you guys.
Jimmy John's, I think we have to go with that, right? That's an everyday type of thing.
I don't know what he's talking about. Oh. So you're probably gonna go to the gas station, right? Probably gonna need some Skittles, a Red Bull. I think that'll do
He's
it.
getting
That's a good idea.
tweak in the middle.
That'll do it.
Is
That'll
he-
do it.
That lock. And now, obviously, I think it was like, when they like say your names, they're like Jordan Nguema, sophomore.
Right.
You looked really dialed in
Yeah.
last game. What's going through your head?
Well, I was trying to make it look like that, but I was
trying to-
like an intimidation factor type of thing.
Yeah, I was just waiting to get home and play Roblox. So
That's
I was playing Roblox last night.
that's weird.
It's not weird.
What else can we talk about?
What?
What do you? What?
Oh.
All right.
Really?
How do you
Oh yeah,
think?
Jordan, you got a red card last time you played Lincoln Southwest. Do you think how's
that was Brody.
That was Brody.
that was
back.
Brody?
Yeah.
Who told me that he got
That
a red
was
card?
you.
Aren't we a lot?
Someone told. Anyway, do you think Brody's gonna kind of change it up since we lost 3-0 last time?
Right. Yeah. I think our game plan for that be less aggressive for him. We just need to keep our cool in today's game.
And not talk back to the refs. That's how we
Oh, yeah,
got the red, because he was talking back to the
Yeah.
ref, and we just can't be doing that in the state final.
Also, how to feel to beat Papio South 3 times this year?
It's kind of impressive to beat a team 3 times, but yeah.
And I mean, I went to one of those games. I think I went to the second game. I mean, their fans are really annoying.
Yeah, they
it
are.
felt good. 'Cause
Yeah.
They like to talk a lot too.
Did you ever get to say anything to was it number 10?
That
When
guy.
I did that
11.
celebration. Did you say
11.
anything to him after the game or?
Drayton definitely did.
Yeah, Drayton
And
said
then
a few
He was
words.
trying to fight Drayton after.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Threw his wrist tape at him after the game.
Yeah.
Thought it was
Wow.
funny.
All right.
Oh,
So
Is that the kid who wears the headband?
Drayton, yeah, Drayton.
Yeah, oh yeah, Drayton wears that.
how do you feel tonight's game gonna go? Since with Lincoln Southwest, knowing they beat you and they're undefeated.
It was just a fluke, We were playing in the snow. We were man down in the second half, and I feel like we'll win this one.
Yeah,
So,
that should be pretty good.
How'd the first half go with him still in the game? Like, was it a completely different game, kind of?
We already got it red.
Yeah,
Before-
like before that.
Oh, it was pretty balanced, I'd say. They had 2 opportunities and they scored off both of them, so we were already down and then kind of lost our cool.
Now, obviously, it's state championship, so it's a pretty important game. But what do you think it would take, Coach, to just give Will Hale a couple minutes
Yeah.
before the word?
A miracle, all the goalies have to get hurt, something like that.
mean,
But
What about Brian Smith? Has he played either?
in the finals, might be pushing it now. Yeah.
If he gives him a little tip, like money wise, maybe.
Wow.
Like a bribe.
All right. Is that about it?
Is that it?
I can't.
Oh,
think
We got a
of
few
one.
more.
Oh,
That's not. It's not.
so this year you guys have one loss. Next year, how do you think it's gonna go with some of the seniors leaving, but also the sophomore like
Are there any like current freshmen that you're
we're
excited
gonna
to
be
play
better.
with next year?
Yeah, I think there's a few that should be pretty good.
Jude,
I don't know. I don't make the team, so we'll see. But it should be pretty fun. But I'm kind of just focused on today's game for now.
Yeah, and you guys obviously we did not think you guys were gonna be anywhere near as good as you guys are right now.
our prediction was
9-8, which obviously
really bad.
didn't happen.
It's just right.
So
Yeah,
do
it
you,
is.
do you think that you guys will be better next year? Because I mean, we only have one loss this year, but could we see an undefeated season next year?
Possibly. Hopefully, if we could stay healthy and stuff. Hopefully. We always have good talent. So.
And then I think our last question. Do you like what do you always say? The villain.
Do you like being the hero at home or the villain on the away side?
probably the villain because we just celebrating their fans and they just get upset.
Definitely the villain. I like to make a few people mad here and there.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear that.
Brett.
All right.
It's just bread.
Good donut. Yeah.
All right.
It's horrible.
I think that's about it. Connor, good luck on that Spanish quiz today. I hope.
Thank you. Yeah, should go well. Not at all.
All right.
Good luck
And
at the
that's-
game
Didn't
tonight
even know we
too.
had one.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
All right, and that's going to be it for the last episode. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bread was definitely not.
How long
ready.